Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
Judge, I had to have documents rewritten by a lawyer, even though my mother insisted that she would take care of it. But because of my sister, what she's done, she turned my mother completely against me. I was told by my mother that I would be made power of attorney.
The whole purpose behind law is to right wrong. I want justice to be something that isn't this foreign concept.
Justice knows no boundaries. The truth will be heard. Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Melvin Rolfe is suing his sister Evelyn Rolfe in the amount of $825. He says the defendant kept his mother from signing the power of attorney over to him, and he was stuck with the legal bills.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. This case is, it's a tough case. This is a very challenging situation that both of you as brother and sister are dealing with, and I understand it from both perspectives. Mr. Rolfe, you are suing your sister for $825 based on a document that you had made out and expected to be compensated for, and you weren't. But we're really not here over that document.
Judge, I had to have documents rewritten by a lawyer, and I had to pay the fees out of my own pocket, even though my mother insisted that she would take care of it. But because of my sister, what she's done, she turned my mother completely against me. You know, I was told by my mother in her presence, my sister's presence, that I would be made power of attorney and executor of her will. But my sister fought, and she turned my mother against not only me, but my sister Janine as well.
She's your sister?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rolfe, come on up. And your last name is also Rolfe?
Rolfe Garrett.
Garrett, okay. So, Ms. Rolfe Garrett, talk to me. What's the situation between you and your sister and your brother?
Your Honor, my sister has completely just losing her mind. I was there with my brother when my mother very lucidly stated that she preferred Melvin be the power of attorney. Now, ever since this has happened, she's gotten jealous, Your Honor. This whole issue is about her jealousy.
It's all about jealousy.
This middle child, passive aggressive behavior.
Wait, who's the middle child?
I am.
You're the middle child. So you're the oldest?
I'm the oldest, yes, sir.
You're the baby?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me talk to the middle child.
They're just upset because I am the caretaker of our mother, and I've been taking care of her for a very long time. My mom has Alzheimer's, and now my brother decides, since she has Alzheimer's, to come and change the will.
Oh, come on.
The will should not be changed. I've had power of attorney over their will since 2007.
All right, so if she's been the power of attorney since 2007, why are we changing things up?
Basically, because she was power of attorney before my father passed. That was his choice because she stayed in the house with him, pretty much. And, you know, we were okay with that at the time. But after my father passed, the things that happened that she just lost control of, my mother, still in her correct state of mind, decided to make me power of attorney. And she just couldn't live with that. She couldn't accept that. And, you know, I love my sister and I love my mother, but I don't want to take her out of the house. She's doing a great job taking care of her. But her past life shows that she's not good at handling the business.
What do you mean, your past life?
Her frequent marriage, she lost a home. She's just not good at taking care of business like that.
I lost my home taking care of our mother and our father.
You had a crazy husband. Daddy didn't want you to marry her. You know that.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir, talk to me.
I took care of our parents. They were nowhere around. My brother Melvin hardly ever came around, and when my sister did come around, she bring my mother frozen TV dinners.
This is the passive aggressive
frozen
behavior.
TV dinners.
Why frozen? You can't.
She can't cook.
Rattle some pan. Oh, she can't cook.
I can't cook. I have a family, I have a husband, and I have 3 children. That's why this is just not the truth at all. This is not the truth.
The relationship prior to Dad being
Yes.
deceased
Right.
was she was the power of attorney.
Yes.
Correct.
You were okay with that.
Yes.
It was
Was
fine.
there ever a conversation with Dad about why out of all the 3 of you, she was power of attorney?
No, it never was, because when Dad took ill, he deteriorated pretty quickly. And it was mother's choice to go ahead and turn and make me power of attorney.
But
and she said that to her. Evelyn, were you not there when Mom said it?
Sir, talk to me.
Were you? Could you ask her? Was she not there when Mommy said make Melvin power of attorney?
Is that true?
Yes, she did say that, but we took care of paperwork before Daddy died, before he got sick. This was taken care of. So for him to come and try to change it after...
Well, now I'm talking, but so if I'm understanding, your parents were together.
Yes.
Your dad passed away.
Yes.
Were you power of attorney before he passed away?
Yes.
All right. After he passed away, how long did you stay power of attorney until this conversation took place?
Since now, nothing has changed.
So nothing has changed?
No.
And so how did it come about that one day your mother says, I want to change things? How did that happen?
Because she has Alzheimer's right now. And he feel that he decides, since he's the oldest, that he will come in and try to change things.
No, she was in her right mind, Your Honor, when she stated in front of me and Melvin that she preferred that Melvin be the power of attorney.
How did the conversation, well, all three of you just happened to be at home that day?
Yes, we were there visiting.
How did it come up that Mom said, I want to talk to you all? I mean, explain to me what happened.
Mom said, Melvin, I want you to pay for the lawyer. I'm going to give you the money to change the paperwork.
That was the beginning of my mom's Alzheimer's. That was the beginning stage of it.
When she was thinking clearly.
Coming up on America's Court.
You said your mother, go spend some money to rewrite this power of attorney. I will pay you.
That's correct.
When you did that and came back, did she pay you?
No, because she wouldn't allow it.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Melvin Rolfe, who is suing Evelyn Rolfe for breach of contract.
You're saying that in front of you, she did tell your brother, Melvin, I want you to be power of attorney.
Yes, she did.
She did say that?
Yes, she did.
So you're not disputing that?
No.
Well, then, why can't he be power of attorney then?
Because he wants to take control over everything. I live there. So basically, when he come in and step in, basically, I'm going to be out homeless.
If your mother has said, this is what I want, why is that so difficult for you?
Because he's never been around.
Because
why
she's
come
jealous.
around now to try to change things? I'm comfortable the way things are.
She's comfortable.
I live there.
Did you tell your mom not to go through with this?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you.
No, I
yes,
didn't.
she
No, I
did.
didn't.
Wait, you said possibly.
Possibly.
No, I didn't.
And this is the behavior that I'm speaking of. This is a conversation that she's saying she had with Mother. We're not there. But Evelyn's jealous because
Of what?
Melvin is the oldest. She's jealous because I was Mom and Dad's favorite.
No, I'm not jealous.
This
no,
is all
I'm
about
not
it sounds
jealous.
crazy, but it's really
Is that true?
That is
No,
true.
it's not.
You heard
You know?
No.
earlier. You heard I. This has
She's
nothing
jealous
to do with Mom.
because she went to college. She said, where was my chance? I didn't get to do anything.
These are
You know,
choices she made. These
No,
are choices
because
she
they
made.
She
are
chose to
never
hang out. She chose
around.
to do
So
those things.
if I was not around to take care of our parents, who was going to take
come
care
on,
of them? They were
Evelyn,
never
Evelyn's
there.
Had your sister not been there and continued to be there for your mom, would you, Ms. Rolfe-Garrett, be able to take care of her?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm talking to her. Because you said, I have a husband.
Yes.
Do you work?
Yes, I do.
How are you going to work, take care of your home, 3 kids under 10, and then also be able to be there for your mom on a regular basis?
Your Honor, my husband is on board with me to take care of my
Yes.
mother. If she had to move in with us, that would be no
How
problem.
often are you seeing your mom right now?
At least twice a week. I'm going by at least
Not
twice a
true.
week.
No.
Yes, it is true.
No, she come by maybe 4 or 5 times a month.
No.
That's it.
Oh, come on,
That's
Evelyn.
it.
No.
Evelyn.
Well,
Twice
let
a
me
week.
ask you, Mr. Willis,
Yes, sir.
how often are you seeing your mom?
I'm seeing my mother at least 3 or 4 times a week. I come
No,
by.
he's not. No, he's not.
You're-
My brother hardly ever
Judge,
comes by.
Judge,
He-
I come by as much as I can, but and it's very quite often.
When are
but
you coming
seeing her-
by, sir?
Excuse me?
Are you coming by after work? Or are you coming
I'm
by?
coming by before work and sometimes after work.
And you're saying that what they're telling me is not true?
No, it's not true. He comes by He drives through, but he never stops in to see my mom.
I drive through on my way to work.
He drives through the neighborhood and never stops in to say hi to our mom.
I'm coming by with my children to see grandma, but we're never coming by.
4 or 5 times a month.
And sometimes she's so mean and nasty. I don't want my mother to see that.
You don't.
Are you feeling as though the burden has been put on you to take care of mom because you're feeling like they're not doing enough?
Yeah, mom and dad at first. Yeah, I was. Because
so is that
they were
why
not
you're
coming
feeling
by.
like, okay, if I got to do all this work, I should be power of attorney?
They made me power of attorney.
Why should she pay the $825? Did your mom say I changed my mind? What happened when you presented her?
She was working to talk my mother into changing her mind.
I
My mother got upset with us.
No,
and I totally, I attempted
Mr. Ross,
to, I
this
was
is what
going
I'm
to
trying to
drop
understand.
this.
You said your mother, go spend some money to rewrite this power of attorney. I will pay you.
That's correct.
When you did that and came back, did she pay you?
No, because she wouldn't allow it.
Coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
I asked you to take a lie detector test. Here are the results.
Closed captioning provided by This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Melvin Rolfe, who is suing Evelyn Rolfe for breach of contract.
Walk me through this. You come back and say, Mom, here's the paperwork.
Right.
Then what happens?
She wouldn't write the check out to do it. Now, Judge,
No, that's not true. My mom didn't understand the paperwork. My mom did not understand the paperwork that he presented to her, so since she didn't understand it, she did not sign it. I didn't tell her
she said, I won't sign it.
No,
yes,
she
did.
She said, Mommy, you shouldn't sign that. You shouldn't sign it.
No, I didn't.
You shouldn't sign it.
No, I didn't.
And I said, Mom, this is just the paperwork stating that I'm power of attorney.
So
and executor of the
ultimately,
estate.
your mother didn't sign it.
No.
No, she didn't.
So she made a decision not to sign it.
Yes.
Correct.
Why are you suing your sister if your mom decided she didn't want to go through?
Because I got to a point where I decided, if this is how she wants to do this, I'll drop it. I'll let it go. I complained about it to my wife over and over again. My wife said, either do something about it, shut up, or just let it go on. But I'm not going to.
Sounds like a wife.
Yeah, very, very much so. But I'm not going to do this at my expense.
And so why didn't you just let it go?
Because I'm not going to take the ball. I'm not going to go out at 825. If she wants to handle this, let her pay for it. That's all I'm asking.
If you want to go ahead and do it, pay for it. He's the one with Alzheimer's.
Wait, say it again.
If he think I'm going to pay him $825, he's the one with Alzheimer's.
That's this childish behavior.
Well, if I tell you are going to pay him that, you will.
Look at the face she's giving you right now. She's calling your name to her head right now. If she had your email, she'll email you all kinds of crazy stuff. That's what she does to us. We get that kind of.
Since my dad died, I feel like I'm the only child. So I just basically, that's how I feel. Because they're never there. They was never there.
We are always there.
So I act accordingly because I feel like I'm the only child.
Do you love your sister?
Yes. Yes, I just think this is just childish. She just goes back and reverts to this younger way of being, and we're adults.
Since we were children, this is how they.
Your sister?
Yeah, I do, but they've been acting like this toward me since we were children.
Stop.
Because I'm the middle one.
He said, I love them, but there are these issues growing up that I haven't resolved with them. And you sound really angry towards them. You sound very insensitive by even saying he's the one with Alzheimer's, and you know that your mom can't be in a good place. What's the level of her illness at this point?
It's 4.
She's deteriorating pretty fast, pretty rapidly right now, sir.
So do you think in all of this, what's going on with her, that she wants to see her children going at it like this with each other?
No, she wouldn't.
Coming up on America's Court.
I asked you to take a lie detector test. Here are the results.
Closed captioning provided by This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Melvin Rolfe, who is suing Evelyn Rolfe for breach of contract.
This is very interesting watching you all, because there is definitely some animosity that you're showing towards your siblings. And yet I'm back at Mom and what's going on with her and what her needs are and what she expects from her children. And when I read the case, and that's why I went, wow, this is pretty heavy, I felt it was important to bring in someone with a different perspective. And Deputy Thomas, I want you to bring in the court's witness.
Okay. Ma'am, if you would, please. I'll take that from you. Thank you. If you can just step right over there, please. Thank you.
Ms. Sneed is someone who is an expert on this area of Alzheimer's, and we're going to, thank you, Deputy Thomas. I want her to provide a little insight as the court's expert. She can actually step back a little bit.
Okay.
Ms. Sneed, let's hear your background, training, and expertise in terms of who you are and why you feel you could add some insight with these individuals.
Well, I've been a multimedia producer for many years, and in that process, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a very debilitating disease.
What is Alzheimer's, actually?
It affects the short-term memory loss as well as just the ability to do the normal activities of daily living. So it's a very emotional, it's very physically demanding, and financial disease as well. It's very...
You say financial in the sense of what? Just the cost to the caregivers?
The cost of the caregivers, just the ability of what a family member has to do to care for their loved ones. I myself, for 12 years, it affected my life in terms of my health, ability to
12 years, you were actually taking care of your
12
mom.
years, I took care of my mom as our primary caregiver. And so...
And how did it affect you personally?
It affected the ability to keep a job and earn a living as well as my social life.
So you can relate to what Ms. Sneed is saying?
Yes, I can.
Thank you, Ms. Sneed. You may be seated.
Thank you.
You all have to continue this relationship.
Yes. Thank you.
What are we going to do?
You know, Your Honor,
Because $825, that is not why we're here.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
I asked you to take a lie detector test because I wanted to know if, in fact, you did persuade the mom not to sign that agreement. Here are the results. First question you were asked, did your mother request that Melvin Roth become power of attorney? You said yes. The lie detector test found no deception. So we're good so far. Did you tell Melvin Roth you would make sure you stayed power of attorney? You said no. The lie detector test found deception. The final question, did you convince your mother to retain you as power of attorney? You said no. The lie detector test found no deception. But we're dealing with someone who has Alzheimer's. So we don't know at what point is she lucid or when she's not. And that's the issue that you're all fighting over. And you're going to have to come together for the sake of your mother while you have her. Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the defendant. Because ultimately, even if I took away the results of the test, or if the test came back that she did convince her, I don't know the state of mind of the mom. And the mom is the one that you entered into the agreement with. Your matter's dismissed. Good luck to you all. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I love my sister and brother, but my mom will always come first.
we love our sister, and we're going to show her by helping out more with mom's care.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.